Hello and welcome to Texans Talk Money. I'm Kyla, your host and a peer financial coach at Texan Smart. Every episode, we will be joined by another peer financial coach from my office, where we will be navigating all the roads on how to handle your money as a college student. So sit back and get your wallets ready to be Texan Smart. Hey y'all, and welcome back to Texans Talk Money. I'm Kyla.
And I am Kaiton.
And we are your host, and today we are recording our last episode of the semester.
Crazy.
Also, a little sadder for me is this is my last episode ever with Texans Talk Money. I'm a little sad. I'm a little more than a little sad, but
Y'all won't hear her. I get to keep her around until July, but y'all have to say goodbye.
Yeah, I'm graduating this July, and I am sorry. And I am getting ready to go to grad school, but we're going to make the most of this last episode and my few last moments with y'all. And I guess, I don't know, is there anything else you want to add, Kaiton?
I guess I could tell y'all the episode topic today. Which
that helps.
It would be summer jobs. We're going to, since it's final season and getting close to the end of, and it is the end of April, actually, because my birthday is next week, which is crazy.
Fun.
So I know that at least one person that is listening has been sitting in their dorm room or their apartment and being like, how am I going to make money this summer? I want to do things with my friends. Summer jobs.
Get them.
That is why this episode exists today.
Yep. We're going to be talking all about getting that summer job, our past summer jobs, and just kind of their importance of it. I mean, if you think about it, it's not like our typical money episodes that we talk about, but it does tie in to being young and needing finances and just kind of supporting yourself while you're young.
Or learning to support yourself if you're very lucky and get to have your parents help like I do. Yes.
But I guess we can start like with our past experiences with summer jobs and like what we've done. So what about you?
So I stick in the child care sector type thing. That's just what I've always been comfortable with. It's what I love to do. There goes those ums. Oh, my goodness. I was a respite care nanny, I worked with special needs families and children in order to, help them over the summer and watch those kiddos so the adults could go to work and make money in order to support their families. And I was making money in order to support student loans. You know, different things, but still supporting. And then I was also a daycare teacher for 3 and 4-year-olds, which honestly, both of those are so fun and so rewarding, but that's just one of my passions is working with children. Yeah. So I guess that's like we talked about it in office. That's one of my big tidbits is if you're able to, find something that you enjoy a little bit at least, and it will make your summer job that much better and worth it to get up early in the summer when you don't have classes to go to work.
Yes, I agree with that. Kind of going along those lines. Yep. My first ever summer job, I worked retail. That was it was a very tiring job. I mean, it paid. Yeah. I did my work. I didn't sit on the couch all summer, which was my biggest thing. It was the summer between graduating high school and starting college. Oh, and I was like, I've never had a job before. I need to get a job right now so that I can learn how to work.
Absolutely.
And working retail was a great first job. I think it might be probably less harsh than working in fast food. If that's something that you're looking at, retail is a little less harsh than fast food. But that was my first ever summer job. It did its thing. I worked a little bit over the winter with it. It kind of continued itself, which was nice. But then the next summer was my passion summer job. I got to work for a winery back home, and for the longest time, I was like, I want to work at a winery and do marketing, like with agriculture, and it was great because they were an estate winery. And how I got this job, this will be like a great tip for anybody out there who's looking for a passion job for themselves, is I just reached out. There was no listing online with this winery about if they had positions open, what positions were open. I I didn't DM them, but I messaged them on their website, and I just said, hey, I am a student. I am looking for a job. These are my passions. This is something I'm interested in. And they brought me in for an interview, and I got the job, and I was happy, and I got good hours on the week. I was able to do marketing material, which is something I'm passionate about. And so if you're passionate about something, maybe try to find like a smaller job or a smaller company that you want to reach out to, and just reach out. The worst they can say is no.
Yeah,
but
I guess the worst is they can say is no. I was trying to think and see if there was anything worse, but there's really not. Like, I mean, you're not, if they tell you no, you're probably not going to speak to these people again. So,
and that's okay.
So it's okay. It's okay that they tell you no. It's okay if you don't get it the first time.
Yes. And learning how to get rejection is also a great thing, but that's not what we're here to talk about today.
No, sorry. I had an eye itch. That's why I trailed off like that.
But yeah, I know whenever I started looking for these jobs, I think I started around like the April, May time. Like,
definitely.
Going through like LinkedIn, maybe not LinkedIn, but like Indeed and like Google job searches and stuff like that.
Or isn't it Handshake on campus that posts like campus jobs and local job listings?
Yes. If you're a student at Tarleton, go look at Handshake.
It's very helpful. That is actually part of how I found this job.
Yes.
Along with Kyla, but Handshake as well. I know a lot of daycares. Obviously, I'm going to talk about the daycares, but I know a lot of daycares post their listings on there. I've seen different like ranches who need just somebody to come feed for the week, different things like that. Oh my goodness, my brain just cut out. I was trying to say something.
But the earlier, the better.
Yes, that is where I was going with that, is start early. It's better to start early and get a few no's or get a few not yet's than to be in the end of May and be stranded in need of money and not have anywhere to go.
Yes, I totally agree with that. And like we said, like maybe look for something you're interested in working with.
And even if you can't find something you're super interested in or super passionate about, definitely make sure to look at your personal lifestyle schedules and your class schedules for the summer. If you are a summer class taker like I know I am, make sure you find a job that is not only aware that you have this summer class. I know that sounds daunting because you're like, well, what if they don't hire me? But you kind of want them to know so that way they can work with your schedule. And if they're going to be difficult to work with, they're probably not going to hire you for that job in the first place if they're already going to be irritated about you having a summer job.
Yes.
I guess irritated isn't the right word. Or conflicted about you having a summer job. Is that a better word?
I think so.
Because I know I got lucky in my realm of passion that typically the families tend to work with me pretty well. I've never had any issues, but I don't want to promise that all like nanny families are going to be super easygoing about class schedules.
Because everybody's different.
Everybody's requirements are different. I was blessed with amazing families that I work with. But the class schedule, that's just like, I could stand and preach on that all day long because I know so many people who get caught up in their job and then their classes fall behind, and then having a summer job is kind of pointless because you lose those scholarships or student loans because your grades aren't where they need to be.
Yes. And that's probably also another reason to get a summer job, is to help support those student loans and those scholarships. Maybe if you don't have as many scholarships as you want, this is another way to get money to pay for school. It's a great opportunity if you have a lot of free time.
I was going to say, typically you have more free time in the summer, unless you take a full class load in the summer as well, which I don't think a lot of us do, but I don't know. Everybody's different.
Yeah.
You have more hours to work, as stinky as it may be sometimes, because you want to just rot in bed all day or lay out by the pool. I know I do. I can't make fun of nobody because I know some days I wake up and just want to rot in bed. But having that free time means you have more hours to work, and that is more money.
And maybe those jobs transition through the fall if you're close enough to your school. Or if you're close enough, if you go to school at Tarleton, if your job is like in Stephenville, or if it's like a company that can transfer you, maybe you have time to like have a weekend job in the fall or in the spring.
Absolutely.
Or work after hours or after your classes, or just something maybe to have extra income, which extra income never hurt nobody.
No, for real. I know that's actually what my roommate does. So we went back home last summer, and she worked back home most of 16 till we went to college. She's just always been a worker. But she worked at our hometown location at Chili's, and then they worked with her. They didn't transfer her to Stephenville. They did transfer her to Granbury, but still her job transferred from back home over the summer, and they transferred her down here, and so she didn't even have to hunt for a job. So I know typically the restaurant industry, I feel like, is where that lends to be more true about, like, transferring you over. But
yeah, and I know the retail company I worked for, they would have transferred me down here if I had like wanted to work down here. They would have transferred me.
It's all about putting yourself out there and asking, or like putting everything up front.
Being honest.
Yes. So many more job opportunities will come if you're just upfront and be like, I'm going to be real. I'm here for the summer and I just need a summer job. You'd be shocked at how many people respect that honesty.
It's very sought after, I feel like.
Yes. It's the right thing to do.
I think another thing, like, whenever you go for future jobs, like after you graduate college, people like to look at your professional history. Yes. And having jobs and showing that you have worked is great for that professional history. This is something you can add to your resume. It's something that's going to support you in the long run, even if it's like probably not your favorite thing to do. You gain so many skills out of it.
Or even if it's not super financially, like, what's the word I'm looking for here? Impactful financially?
Maybe. I think so. I think I know what you're talking about.
Not a big amount of pay, I guess. I could just use...
Supportive? Financially supportive?
Yeah, it's just, like, let's say you only make $7 an hour. You still made $7 an hour, and you have something to put on a resume that looks better than no job history.
Yes. I know working for retail, you gain a lot of experience with working in high-pressure situations. Maybe working with people you don't like all the time. And you learn these professional experiences. And if you go into interviews, it's a great place to show off those experiences if they ask you questions about conflict.
Oh, definitely.
Or about... I don't know why conflict's the only one coming to my head, but like...
Your strengths, your weaknesses.
Yes.
What you bring to the table as a team member. I'm just thinking about interview questions that I know I get asked all the time, like when you do the mock interviews for like FFA and stuff.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Also, you are able to... I just lost my train of thought.
It's happening bad today. I think it's because it's finals, y'all. Excuse us. Final season is apparently...
It is upon us.
Wrecking our brains. It is here. It is fast and furious. Let me be very honest.
But I don't know if I have anything else to add talking about summer jobs. Am I missing something right now?
I don't think we're missing anything. I know this is kind of a shorter episode.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. But it's still, I don't know, me and Kyla just felt like it was pretty important to get something like this out here.
Yes.
So, people are looking for summer jobs. People are looking for summer hires. I know so many people who are like, give me summer workers, because they're college kids, especially if you stay down here or you live back home in a college town.
Yeah, I agree.
They lose their kids who work throughout the fall, so they're like, please come work in the summer.
Yes, they want people to work for them. There's a good chance that you will have a hire on. Like,
yes,
there's a really good chance for summer because people do look for summer employment. I mean, check anywhere online.
I was going to say check online. I know I see people all the time, especially down here, walk into stores and very politely speak and ask if they're hiring, and if they are, what application to fill out. Oftentimes they are online, but coming in or giving a phone call sometimes leans you a little higher in the hiring process, I feel like.
Yes, and it puts your face in their mind whenever they look at your application. And you stand out to them because you showed a bit of initiative there whenever you were going in, because you were showing that initiative that you wanted that job.
You truly want to work, even if you're faking a little bit. And it's okay. Fake it till you make it.
Another way to show initiative is whenever you submit your application, maybe emailing or calling the company or the business that you're wanting to work for and say, hey, I just submitted this. I'm making sure I don't need to do anything else before or like after I submit this application. Just kind of like showing that you want to work.
Don't be embarrassed to reach out. I know that sounds crazy because I feel like in this day and age we're so worried about being bothersome to people. But I feel like people who are hiring and bosses and companies want you not to bother them. Let me make that clear.
Reach out.
But to reach out so that way they know that you're serious, and even if you are serially applying, they sometimes feel like you're more interested in that company or in actually working in that job.
Yes.
If you just shoot a little email or pick up the phone call or walk inside, I promise they won't yell at you. Typically. Maybe I shouldn't promise that.
Most people are nice.
Most of them are very nice. Shouldn't promise anything. They're going to like call up Tarleton, Texan Smart and be like, your employee told me that they weren't going to yell at me, and they did. So if they yell at you, that's not my fault.
But yeah, and also if y'all need, I guess, career help, our office, it's not what our office is here for, but career services.
I was like, we can send you in the right place.
Yes, we can always send you to a department or an office that will help you find what you're looking for. Career services is exactly that help. They help with resume building. I think they do
which is so nice.
Mock interviews for people for jobs that
I
they're
think
hiring.
I've heard that.
And it's great because I'm pretty sure they have a lot of peers that like students that work for them that you can talk to.
Which, funny enough, I've learned is what tends to be interviewing you as you get older is a peer.
Yeah.
Which is kind of crazy because when you're 16, it's these adults. And now that you're 20, 21, heck, even 18, you could be going to college with the same kid who's interviewing you. So sometimes it's a little nerve-wracking, I feel like, for a peer to interview you. But the mock interviews...
They're very helpful.
So helpful.
They help get those nerves out. They help prep you, add a little bit of confidence, and they're able to give you feedback on your interviews so that you know what to improve upon, maybe tips to like make yourself look better, like shaking hands, things like that. They can help with all those things.
Or even ask your parents or your grandparents.
Or a friend.
Or a friend. If you have a trusted friend who you think is a professional-looking human being, feel free to ask them, I guess, too. I just know parents and grandparents have interviewed for probably countless jobs.
They have that experience under their belt.
And they're just wiser than us. Let's be real. They know more than we sometimes like to give them credit for, I feel like.
Yeah. But I think this has been a great episode.
I think we took something pretty simple and we got the information out there.
Yes.
I hope we successfully gave you all the information you were desiring by clicking on this episode.
We hope our experience and our like past, I guess, advice has been helpful to y'all.
Yes. And
we hope that it helps y'all grow in your wealth and grow your savings with making that summer job happen.
And when you get that summer job, come see us. We can help you budget all that money.
Yes, and help you with all that income and making sure you're not wasting it because you worked hard for that. And you need to make sure that your money's going where it needs to be going.
You worked for that money. Let's put it where it goes, where it needs to go.
But I think this is all I have to offer, y'all.
That is all from me.
Well, this has been a great podcast, and I thank everybody who's been listening for, I guess, the past 3 seasons that this has been happening.
That's crazy.
But yeah, as always, be well, be ready, be Texan Smart. Bye.
Bye y'all.